Let's bring it home. You're the president of NFF, and over the past few days, we've been getting vibes from the football house about some form of discipline being meted out to some people, and I also like so have some clarification on the letter written asking Amodu Shuaibu to take charge, that henceforth they will be held responsible concerning team selection. I want us to take it from there and look at it from the other perspective that has to do with indiscipline from the team.
Yeah, I observe personally and also at the part of the federation that the level of indiscipline in the team, and it has impacted negatively on the field performance of the team. And you can imagine what happened the other day, and a player was given a red card. They considered a penalty. And after considering a penalty, you walked up to a player and hit a player. Will you do that in your club? You can't do that because you'll be fined. Now, you have to do that, and later you apologize to Nigerians. No, not anymore. So we have various committees, and immediately the secretary of the Super Eagles, right, because after every match, they do what's called technical reports. In the technical report, that was written, because we work based on correspondence, and it got to my table, and of course, I mandated to a disciplinary committee to take action. The same thing with Vincent, because he made a very provocative statement about Kaduna, which, of course, the kind of support we got for Kaduna, with all due respect to other cities, we didn't get that kind of support in any other city, because even when the Eagles were struggling, the Kaduna fans were still very fanatical about them. They were still praising, they were still cheering them till the end of the game. And that's how they won that game. So you don't go to such place and make that kind of statement, And we felt very bad about it, because, you see, what happens in other climes? You can imagine when Arsenal won the FA Cup, Jack Wilshere stood up and just said something very casual. It was fined £40,000. You don't say that, because the FA is the regulatory body. And if you don't check all these things, because even the comment made by Vincent Yama, if I tell you what it cost us in terms of enhancing, because when he made that comment, it heightened security situation in Kaduna. So we had to go back to the drawing board and make sure that every other thing has to be arrested in terms of security. We need to enhance our security operatives. We need to do a lot of things. So just making a careless statement cost us a lot of money.
So are the players aware that this kind of scenario has come to stay?
I mean, they are aware, because even henceforth, if you are being called upon to play for Nigeria, you'll be accompanied by a code of conduct form. It's clear. We're not going to listen, the truth is, nobody's bigger than Nigeria. I'm a Pinnick, I'm not bigger than Nigeria. If I'm found wanting, get me out.
But would they
so nobody's bigger than Nigeria, and that's the gospel we preach. You can imagine, even among the players, I notice they are not friends. So how do you want to pass word to each other?
Well, don't you think they will think that? You don't think they will?
Some of them, I'm telling you, some of them are not friends. I used to see the Super Eagles growing up, going to the stadium with my late brother, Patrick Okpamo. If you see the bond, they are like beyond brothers. But you notice here that various cliques and all those stuff, but all those are things that we gradually will try to see how we can build this bond and make them love themselves. The home base, the Super Eagles, there's no segregation. We want to, as much as possible, get the name home base. Super Eagles is Super Eagles, and that is the emphasis.
Is there an avenue for them to air their views so they don't feel like they're being...
No, of course, no. We're not. I mean, we allow them to. I mean, like tomorrow, the Christopher Green panel, the disciplinary committee will air. If they go there and they make very serious, if they come out to say things the way they make their good presentation, of course. There are rules. We don't just say there are rules in the statute. You don't just say you want to punish a player because he said this. He may have a reason for saying it. Let us listen to his reason, and that's it.
All right. What about the spots where Keshi reported to have applied for another job for Côte d'Ivoire while still on Nigeria's payroll? Many people are asking on Twitter.
Yeah. Again, they just brought that to my notice as well, and I've also mandated to the various committees to look into it. It might be somebody's playing a game, maybe somebody might be playing a very treacherous game. So let's just wait and see. And like I said, CAF is a one close family. We'll find out A to Z. If it's found to be true, then he's in for serious trouble. But if it's not, then we'll continue. But because he signed the contract, we are not owing him. I can tell you that 100%. We try to meet all our obligations to him and he started on a very good note. You know, he won the game against Chad, and we intend to build on that. But it will be suicidal, so to speak, for him to say he wants to go and seek for unemployment where you have an employment with a bigger and a more footballing nation. You know, so we'll just look at it. Like, again, it's not all about me. It's about the federation. It's what the federation wants, you know. When they bring it to your notice, you mail it out to the relevant authorities. They will invite him. They will talk to him and carry out their own investigation. And if indeed he applied, then the recommendation from the disciplinary committee and other committees will speak for itself.
What would you say about our performance at the Under-20 World Cup and the Women's World Cup?
Yeah, to me, they were very, very good performances, in as much as even we got kicked out early. The Under-20, for example, I think they didn't do badly. To me, winning is not physically lifting a trophy. Winning is a projection for the future, and that's exactly what we have in that Under-20 team. The Under-20 team is a team that we intend to nurture. Like, second, third week of July, we're coming out with our program, with our own developmental strategy. Knowing fully well that, you know that when we got elected on the 30th of May, on 30th of September, they were playing qualifiers, all these coaches were there and all those stuff. Now, even with the Super Falcons, we inherited liabilities, we inherited assets. Now, some of the things that we observed were all technical deficiencies. And we are working around the clock in making sure that we tidy up this technical deficiency, correcting this technical deficiency by introducing so many novel ideas, which of course we are going to unveil to the public, I think second or third week of July, and you'll see our model. We intend to keep those boys, because those boys, we feel they will conquer the world in 2018 or 2022.
There are those who are bothered about the technical knowledge of the coaches.
That is what I've said about, that's what I've told you now.
Is it a coaching thing or
No, listen, we also look at technical report. I'm waiting for the technical report. The technical report from both the secretaries of the Super Falcons, and when we look at the technical report, then we give it to our technical department, and they will study it and they will report back to us, advise us on what we think we should do. But we have our own plans, because before we got elected, we had plans of, like I told you, short, long, and medium term. And like our short-term program is qualifying Nigeria. But you should also know that our goal is creating that culture of sustainable football development. I was so happy watching television yesterday, watching the match between Kano Pillars and Sunshine. It was a full capacity. And when I called around all the venues, full capacity. And one of our short-term program was rebuilding referees, trying to making sure that they have, you know, they're in line with current trend or in modern officiating. Warrior was lost at home yesterday, you know, for the first time in a very long time, to Rangers. And nothing happened. So people now go out, lose matches at home, draw matches. Ifeanyi won away to Academy, 4-1. You know, so we are excited that what we invested in referees is paying off. Only yesterday, a Nigerian female referee was called upon to officiate in an Olympic qualifier. We had a Nigerian officiating the finals of the beach soccer tournament. And that Nigerian is one of 3 Africans called upon to officiate at the Beach Soccer World Cup in Portugal. So Nigerians are now rearing their heads out. That's one of our quick impact program, which we have done. Now there's a middle impact program, and also the long impact program, which of course is developmental. My vice president, who is also the chairman of the youth committee, is a very key committee. They've developed a program, like a win-win situation, which of course it will unveil again to the public. We are doing all these things that we are doing that are not very visible, these are the most difficult things. But I can assure you there are a lot of things going out. And I want to assure Nigerians, they should just be patient. We've just been elected 9 months. And that 9 months has been 3 months instability, 4 months. And you see, the last administration were very, very successful in terms of winning laurels. And it came at a great cost. Quality preparation means quality spending, which impacted on us. Now, we inherited a lot of our abilities in terms of finances. For you to be able to create that structure of sustainable football development, you have to develop your own structure. And how do you develop your structure? make sure that you are debt free. You make sure you are attracted to Nigeria corporates. You make sure that you have. Imagine us running 13 national teams. We might have to revisit the fact that do we need to run this national team in line or in tune with what is going on in the country?
But we have marketing now, so
yeah,
we can sustain it.
I pray. What I'm saying is it's very, very difficult because people always ask questions. Why didn't they qualify? Why people ask questions? How do we contribute to Nigeria football? Football in Nigeria is a national asset. We should know that. It's a national asset. You can imagine, look at what happened in Kaduna. Everybody came out, everybody left the stadium peacefully. Nothing. So you can imagine the governor was there, was so excited, he was snapping, he interacted with the players, everybody. That is the strength of football.
And we hope to build on that strength and get more laurels. Thank you very much indeed, Amaju Pinnick, President of NFF. That's the show today. Well, thank you all for watching. We'll be back tomorrow, as always. I'm Chamberlain Uso.
And I'm Neil Tagbe. Thank you.
Many thanks. I'm Sulaiman. I'll see you again.